All right, 4.2, solving quadratic equations by graphing. Step 1, it's going to ask us to write the equation in standard form. So remember, standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. After it's written in standard form, again, x is equal to 0. You're going to graph y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. We know how to graph because chapter 3 taught us how to graph given in standard form. So remember, find the vertex, find the AOS and the vertex and then the y-intercept and reflect if you need to. So step 3 then says find the y-intercepts if there are any. So solving, remember, I think I taught you this in chapter 3. I said if you're given a graphing calculator, wherever the graph crosses the x-axis, those are your x-intercepts, those are your solutions, those are your roots, those are your zeros, okay? So those are all different names. Those are your solutions, everything. So let's take a look. I'm going to show you 2 different methods. Method 1, we've already done these methods, the factoring and the graphing. So I'm going to show you it again. Solve by graphing. So let's take a look at A. X squared plus 2x equals 3. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I know that it needs to be written in standard form, and I know that it needs to equal 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to subtract 3, and I'm going to end up with x squared plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay. And I know that this is, you can write it out. This is my equation. Y equals x squared plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. I've identified my A. A is 1, B is 2, and C is negative 3. I have identified my A, B, and C. So method number 1, again, I want you to write out both methods. Method number 1, we are graphing. So the first thing, step 1, says find the AOS. And remember that formula, x equals negative b over 2a. So let's go ahead and substitute. Negative b is 2. Negative 2 over 2 times 1. So negative 2 over 2 is equal to negative 1. So remember, step 2, the vertex, we don't know what the y-intercept is. The y coordinate. Sorry, someone just showed up. But what we're doing is we're taking this 1. We know there's a correlation here. To find our y value, we take this negative 1 and plug it in here. And you end up with negative 1 squared plus 2 times the negative 1 minus 3. And so 1 squared is 1. 2 times a negative 1 is negative 2 minus 3. And then you end up with the negative 4. So negative 4 goes up here. So that's our vertex. And the last thing that we want to do is find our y-intercepts. So step 3, y-intercept. Remember, y-intercept is your c value. So c is negative 3. So when it crosses, it's going to cross at negative 3. So that's my point. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph all of this good stuff. Just